It is 9 o'clock. This is BTV News coming to you live from the capital, Gaborone. I am Komotso Mapani. Let's take a look at the headlines. A new primary school to be constructed in Maratanang Ward in Tlukweng. Renovation of Camp Hill Community Trust in Odze, which enrolls children with learning disabilities, to be undertaken. And residents of the Okavango region encouraged to continue finding ways of coexisting with wild animals. Interpreting in sign language is Topo Taposa. Good evening. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi is scheduled to depart for the U.S. tomorrow to attend the world's largest jewelry trade event termed the JCK Show, set for the 30th of May to the 3rd of June in Las Vegas. Pools of key players from the global jewelry trade community, comprising of manufacturers, suppliers, designers and buyers, are also expected to participate in various activities around the event. The president will lead the Botswana delegation in debuting the House of Botswana Diamond Initiative, which postures Botswana as a leading producer of ethically and responsibly sourced diamonds, as well as the diamond capital of the world. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi will also participate at the first ever Korea-Africa Summit in Seoul, Korea, from the 4th to the 5th of June. The summit seeks to further cooperation between Korea and Africa in various sectors, including trade, investment, digital technologies, and e-government. Therein, President Masisi will also engage in bilateral talks with the president of South Korea, Yoon Suk Yeol. Meanwhile, the president will conduct a press briefing at the Sekgama International Airport tomorrow at 12 midday to discuss his USA Las Vegas official working visit, in which he will lead the Botswana delegation to the JCK Show, the world's largest jewelry trade event. The chairperson for the Tlukweng District Council, Mr. Colin Muchutli, says a new primary school will be built in Maratanang Ward in Tlukweng, adding that the project will commence in July 2024 and is scheduled to be completed by August 2025. He said this at the full council meeting on Monday. Terry Makoeng.
In an effort to decongest the learners in primary schools around Tlukweng, the district council saw it befitting to add to their implementation plans a new primary school. The implementation plan will follow the development manager plan, with district technical team playing a supportive role.
I am pleased to announce that the new primary school in Maratanang will be built with a budget of 101,592,621 pula. The implementation will follow the development manager model, DM, with the technical district team playing a supportive role. Currently, the project is advancing through the design development stage, and construction is scheduled to commence in July 2024. We are confident that with the resources provided to the DM, the project will be completed as scheduled by August 2025. This initiative will significantly alleviate the overcrowding issues currently faced in our primary schools.
The council will also construct 2 teachers' houses whose tendering process caused delays.
The district encountered setbacks in constructing 2 houses from previous financial year due to delays during the tendering phase. However, the tenders have since been granted, awaiting funds released from the Ministry for Execution. 1 house has been awarded and presently being implemented via the ISDC program, employing beneficiaries who received training from CITF. Progress on the construction is advancing smoothly, currently at the superstructure brickwork stage.
Tlukweng residents were also encouraged to take advantage of empowerment programs provided by government to alleviate them from poverty.
Government hape ka 2021 ona ira di act tse pedi act ya ntlha ile yone Economic Inclusion Act la Public Procurement Act di act tsene ile gona gore di leke gore di pateletse ba ile gore ba tshwere boikarabelo jwa theko ya ga government gore ba reke mo beng gae re tle re godise dikgwebo tsa beng gae mme manane wa tshwana le bo IDF bo wealth creation kana nyeletso le huma ya kana etlelesegile la mangwe bo limedi jalo re le mo ga ya le modula stilo gore a operate at subsistence level gore ga se dikgwebo ke mo motharekisa maitsibo a gore ka Norox jalo jalo.
This full council meeting is the first after Tlokeng was made a fully fledged district on the 1st of April this year. Terry Makgoeng, BTV News, Gaborone.
A development manager is on site and in consultation with the Kgantse District Council to discuss the progress of the construction of a new primary school to be built in Meriting Ward in Kgantse. During his full council address, Kgantse District Council Chairperson Mr. Jeremiah Tibi revealed that there is positive progress in regards to the school's construction, however decried unsatisfactory project implementation in the district. Angela Enosa.
Learners residing in Meriting and neighborhoods surrounding the ward in the Kgantse Township have to travel some distance to school, with the nearest school being at least 2 kilometers away. Having a new school in the vicinity would be a positive response to their plight, as they will not be walking far to access quality education, which government advocates for. Consultations with relevant stakeholders regarding the Meriting Primary School project are ongoing.
I'm pleased to inform you that we have been working with the development manager, Nama Knight Pure Soul Joint Venture, that is the name of the development manager, for executing works on various projects. We received stage 1 inception report on the 11th of March 2024, and a special district technical committee meeting was held on the 19th March 2024 to assess the report. The approval of stage 1 was submitted to the ministry on the 2nd of April 2024 to facilitate the development manager to proceed to stage 2 works, which entails concept designs for the school. Soil samples have been collected for geotechnical investigations, and surveying of the site was done last week.
Still on education issues, Kgantse Primary School was commended for its good performance last year.
At 2021, we relay 75%. And in 2022, we went on to 85%, and last year we managed to do 81.3. We managed to do this because of the commitment of teachers and some of those parents who always come to us when we need them.
The council should be commended for always providing the necessary services to schools and also improving on their shortfalls in regards to servicing the schools. Meanwhile, the council's development budget stands at over 43 million pula. The councillors state more needs to be done despite the fights not being enough. Those projects are the ones that are needed by the communities we reside in. As councillors, there are also projects we need in order to rightfully say we have delivered. The council has many spaces which we can utilize to generate revenue and augment the meager funds we have been allocated. On other issues, the council chair revealed that a total of 1,136 people registered for the Chama Chama Fund in the district, with 378 meeting the requirements as per the registration guidelines, calling for the community to register in large numbers for this life-changing initiative. Angela Nosa, BTV News, Kgantse.
Extension 2 Chief Magistrate Kamogelo Messi has ordered that a trial in which Bekizwe Nkomazana, Utusitse Sonko, Jericho Murima, Daniel Hasifiwi, Kutupile and Levi Musoyu are accused of stealing 4.5 million from the deceased Solomon Tlhapane to continue tomorrow. Umkutlule Tamare.
Bekizwe Nkomazana is said to have been an employee of the late Solomon Tlhapane and have been working for him for many years. Court papers indicate that after the passing on of Tlhapane in August 2016, Nkomazana fraudulently transferred 4.5 million pula from Tlhapane's bank account to his bank account and also kept Tlhapane's body at the mortuary in Tlokwen for 2 months without notifying his children and family. Court papers also show that the investigating officer, Detective Senior Superintendent Sergeant Marapo, was tipped about Tlhapane's body being kept in the mortuary for months by one of the mortuary employees, after which he managed to arrest Bekizwe Nkomazana, also known as Kaya Mazibuku, and also informed the deceased family. The court was also informed that during investigations, Bekizwe Nkomazana was found to have bribed 3 government officers, being Utusitse Soke, Kutupile, and Levi Museu, who are working for the Civil and National Registration Office with more than 12,000 pula, for them to corruptly issue him with a Botswana National Identity Card, Omang, and a passport. Nkomazana also bribed Daniel Khasifiwi, who works for the Department of Roads, Transport and Safety, with 3,500 pula to be issued with a driver's license. Court documents says Nkomazana did all this to falsely prove that he is a registered citizen of the Republic of Botswana. The prosecution in this trial has brought 37 witnesses, amongst them high-ranking officials from the government of Zimbabwe, to come relay a sequence of events. The trial will resume tomorrow, where the witnesses will take stand. Unkutle Thamare, BTV News, Extension 2 Magistrate Court, Gaborone.
The head of Broadcasting and Corporate Communications at Botswana Communications Regulatory Authority, BOCRA, Ms. Masego Jeremiah, says that despite the growing threat of cybercrime, some media organizations in the country don't uphold best practices in cybersecurity. She says this has since compelled them to convene a cybersecurity awareness workshop to acquaint journalists with effective cybersecurity techniques. Sorofelo Tombale.
In recent years, respected media organizations such as the Associated Press and the New York Times were subject to cyber attacks, which strained trust in the media. However, with efforts to protect this country from such incidents, the Computer Security Incident Response Team, under the Botswana Communications Regulatory Authority, has expressed concern over the poor cybersecurity measures practiced by the media and held a workshop to train journalists in the basics of cybersecurity.
We decided to extend training for you today, not just only the regulated entities, not just broadcasters only, but media in general, media entities in general, with the plan to, train and raise awareness about issues of cybersecurity. It's important that we try to secure our organizations and ensure that we don't have any, we're not vulnerable to cyber threats.
BOCRA reveals some of the effective measures they shared in the workshop.
There are ways that different organizations, especially the media practitioners, can use to ensure that they up their security. The best practices would be starting with the 2-factor authentication, because a lot of people just use one password and they're able to get access. But it's important to do 2-factor authentication. It's also important to ensure that your passwords are very strong.
The media were given an opportunity to seek clarity on some cybersecurity issues.
Cybersecurity Index, Botswana ranks 12 out of 43 African countries and 88 globally in terms of cyber threat preparedness. Do you have the new statistics?
I think very soon in the next 2 months they'll release the latest one, 2 or 3 months. So expect a lot of difference in the marks, because most of this was during before even the set being established. The latest the report that we have is before we were established.
BOCRA said as a part of their efforts to normalize cybersecurity in the country, they have a number of initiatives to teach it to young Botswana, including trying to introduce cybersecurity clubs in secondary schools. Solofelo Tombale, BTV News, Gaborone.
DIRAF has pledged 500,000 over renovation of Camp Hill Community Trust in Odzem. The center is a non-profit organization which enrolls children with learning disabilities. The center has partnered with BOTSWANA through their socio-economic program to ensure its sustainability. BOTSWANA's executive head of corporate affairs, Ms. Rachel Muthibatsela, says the program aligns with the aspirations of the National Vision 2036, which seeks to create prosperity for all. Pel Puruhudu.
Camp Hill Community Trust Center is a non-profit organization which enrolls children who are intellectually challenged, some also living with disabilities, since its inception, making a difference in the lives of over 500 learners. The center caught the attention of BOTSWANA during the COVID-19 pandemic. The challenges the center encountered calling for their intervention. Through their employee volunteerism program, which aims to positively impact the communities, they answered the center's plea for funding, which was a hindrance to creating sustainable income-generating projects.
The intention is to make Camp Hill sustainable, to have income-generating projects where they won't go back to companies cap in hand year in, year out. So we want the center to be sustainable. Even today's walk is intended to raise funds, but as well as signify solidarity, compassion, and selflessness.
Ke be ke tswele go ntle ke gwetlhe dikompone ka bongwe gore Camp Hill community ke ye bagetso e kopa dithuso re kopa le yemenwekeng e tle go tsweledisa maikaelelo a yone.
May I also go out and challenge other companies out there to say Camp Hill is here and they would still need your assistance.
DIRAF company has aligned with the government developmental agenda, including infrastructure development and donating medical supplies to the hospitals, especially during COVID-19 pandemic. Camp Hill Community Trust now also stands to benefit.
While it is natural for us to expect the state to sponsor, we as citizens, corporate or otherwise, are equally duty-bound to assist and contribute to the efforts of such institution.
So this day is really about partnership. The theme of the walk was walk together so that no one is left behind. What remains is to thank all of those people who made this day possible.
Stakeholders are asked to create employment and offer community support services, especially for people who are challenged and living with disabilities. Pel Puduhudu, PTV News, all day.
Member of Parliament for Rabane Mankodi, Mr. Kagiso Musi, has congratulated Dr. Tebogo Moatlhodi, Dr. Tebogo Motlhagodi, who is also a specially elected councillor in his constituency, for being appointed as an assistant bishop at the Faith Gospel After Christ Church. He said Dr. Motlhagodi is a true leader of God who serves his church and the nation with diligence. He was speaking on Sunday during Dr. Motlhagodi's induction, as well as the church's Thanksgiving event in Mitsumotlabe. Jessica Binani.
Faith Gospel After Christ Church congregation welcoming and celebrating the induction of Assistant Bishop Dr. Motlhagodi. Dr. Motlhagodi, who has been a member of the church for over 45 years, has served as Secretary General and also as a leader of African traditional churches in 2013. Moreover, he represented Botswana at the Regional Pastoral Summit in Rwanda. His appointment is said to have come at the right time. His good works make him the perfect candidate for this role, more so that I view him as an asset to the church. What I liked about him was that he has never been prideful, even when he still served as a BDF member. He's not an overseer of Metsumotlabe branch only, but rather all our church branches, even those in South Africa. This is a result of his commitment to the church, which was noticed by the church's executive committee.
mme ha nne re ka tsamaya mo mothaleng wa borre ba tshwana le bo re Motlhagodi ra ithuta keresete.
The value of the church could be restored if we as Christians could in honesty seek Christ and follow the footsteps of Dr. Motlhagodi.
Amen Jesu wa mo itse ka gore nna o ke hano ke mone Jesu ke a mo tseba ene o ira tse dintegela o bo bua ile ka boammaruri.
Dr. Motlhagodi's appointment has been applauded by Minister Musi for his selfless contribution to the church and the community at large.
He was
appointed to pray for President Masisi in 2018 when he became the president of this country. Even when I was appointed a minister, I knew that someone responsible as him was looking out for the constituency. I'm certain that he will conduct his pastoral duties well. He will enlighten and restore hope, peace and stability.
Dr.
Motlhagodi, who is the 12th church overseer of this church, has accepted the role and challenged the church to embrace the mindset change.
Let's talk than anything. Than anything.
Our country needs the church more than ever, even in our homes. Let us introspect and be responsible Christians.
We are more uniform,
Bishop Motlhagodi's responsibility includes overseeing the 147 branches of this church, as well as play an advisory role to the executive committee of this church. This congregation has been urged to offer him full support to enable him to conduct his duties diligently. Jessica Pilani, BTV News, Metsi Mothabe.
Residents of the Okavango region are encouraged to continue finding ways of coexisting with wild animals. This was noted during the panel discussion by the district authority leadership on balancing conservation and community needs in the Okavango Delta and finding strategies for sustainable human-wildlife coexistence. The discussion was held alongside the inaugural Okavango Road Race at the Okavango River Bridge in Muhembo, Mpo Aaron.
Non-governmental organizations like Okavango Human Wildlife Foundation, it has been realized that government is faced with a lot of challenges in mitigating the impact of wildlife on public facilities, including also the human-wildlife conflict. And there is a lot of strategies for sustainable human-wildlife coexistence, like taking responsibilities in public-private partnerships.
The private sector
The private sector can work hand in hand with the government to undertake certain projects of infrastructure development, like connection of electric fences in certain areas so that elephants can have access to where people live. There might also be a need to make certain precautionary rules and measures that will be looked at when certain wild animals intrude in areas where people live. The government and the community of Okavango should sit down and discuss ways on how to coexist with wild animals. People and animals should coexist in an environment where both parties are safe.
Botswana o kopana le dikgobalo permanent injuries morago ga go nna le kgothanyo neo.
Botswana citizens who experience injuries from altercations with wild animals live a difficult life. Some incur permanent physical injuries. Sometimes a breadwinner can lose an arm because of an altercation with a crocodile while harvesting tree in the river. Then afterwards lives a difficult life of not being able to provide for the family.
With the rich biodiversity of the Okavango Delta, strategies are needed that can be employed to ensure that tourism development support conservation without disrupting the delicate balance of human-wildlife coexistence.
When tourists visit our region, they should find us embracing our culture more in the business space by making more cultural products like baskets and selling to them. For us to make more money out of tourism, it's important that Botswana learn how to coexist with wild animals to improve their livelihoods.
Residents of the Okavango have also been urged to have businesses that can diversify the local tourism economy and also benefit from tourists who frequently visit the region. Mpo Aron, BTV News, Mohembo.
BOTSWANA is committed to creating awareness and encouraging girls in schools to pursue science, technology, engineering and mathematics, which are historically male-dominated. The Orapa Letlhakane and Damtsa Mines Leadership hosted the Girl in Engineering workshop held in Orapa, in which 150 girls from senior and junior secondary schools in the Boteti region participated. The event is held annually by BOTSWANA and DBJ's group in collaboration with other stakeholders to encourage girls to study STEM subjects, thereby providing them with a wider range of career opportunities.
150 female students from senior and junior secondary schools in the Boteti region participated in this science, technology, engineering and mathematics workshop. The workshop aims to encourage students to enroll in STEM subjects so that they can venture into the STEM-related careers, which are currently male-dominated. We chose you because you have been doing well in technology and science-related subjects. So careers in these subjects are not reserved for boys only. Even females can pursue those fields.
The opportunity that we have created here for you is that you need to experience the real life and connect to the engineering environment and feel it.
Complex problem solving, you need social skills. You need to look at the world around us and make a difference. And those are just some of the skills that you need to be aware of the world around you.
The students received words of advice from women who are already in the STEM fields.
It's not your mother, it's not your father, it's not anybody, it's not the system. It's you who have to work hard to make sure that you land at a place where you envision. I also want you to understand that you should never allow situations to dictate where your end state should be. Never.
I started my career by showing interest in the job despite being a woman. Hence, I'm amongst engineers driving this heavy plant machinery. The Regional Education Office commends BOTSWANA for the exposure offered to the students.
So it's something that we cherish a lot in the education sector. So we really want to appreciate BOTSWANA. We really want to appreciate you for, giving us this opportunity as with these schools to be able to, come and, make our students to have a feel of what, the STEM world looks like.
This event is held annually by BOTSWANA, DBS Group, in collaboration with Women in Engineering Organization. BTV News, Orapa.
The Defense Forces of the Republic of Botswana and Namibia will hold a joint press conference tomorrow in Katima Mulilo, Namibia. The press conference is pursuant to the decision of the Botswana-Namibia Binational Commission held in Gaborone in September 2022, for the two defense forces to implement the civil-military cooperation plan in the Chobe region. There has been continuous border visits in the implementation stage of the resolutions of the commission. Further to this, the two defense forces held a meeting in Kasane in April to discuss development of the implementation plan for the MIC activities targeting the communities around the common border. Members of the media are invited to the joint press conference to be held in Katima Molelo Protea Hotel at 10 o'clock in the morning. Moving on, the Ministry of Youth, Gender, Sport and Culture Coordinator for the Southern District, Mr. Moeti Hodisamang, says if given a chance, the arts industry has a great potential to create employment opportunities that could rescue most of the youth that are roaming the streets, engaging in illegal activities that could destroy their future. Mr. Hodisamang said this during the Visual Arts Festival competitions which were held in Kanye recently.
The 78 artists who participated in the Southern Region Visual Arts competitions were applauded for displaying their prowess. With the necessary support and encouragement from the public, by also buying their crafts and engaging them for branding amongst others, they have the potential to grow in influence and recognition and gain profits from their skills and talents. If we can continue to strengthen and utilize the programs we are given by the government, we shall enjoy the peace and tranquility that we have been basking on in our country, so that by the year 2036, we manage to reach our goal of prosperity for all. And this can be achieved by relying on the pillar of sustainable development, which is the main objective of this initiative.
Prosperity for all. Sustainable development. Vision 26.
The contribution of arts and crafts BOTSWANA to the economy of this country is well over 5%. I think 5.46%. This by itself indicates that if we really commit ourselves as artists to benefit not only ourselves but our families. Not only ourselves and our families, but the economy at large.
Some of the visual arts categories included drawing, painting, basketry, carving, photography, pottery, and others.
Let us grow our products into business and take advantage of programs provided by LIA, SIDA, and Botswana Tourism Organization, and many others to grow cultural tourism sector of Botswana. It is also important for us to encourage other upcoming artists to use this forum to grow their artistry.
So the competition is These competitions have really transformed my life, as the funds I receive here are able to provide for me and my family. It has also helped me to be discovered, such that even when I'm home, I get clients that approach me to do some commissioned works for them. This is currently my only source of income. Each category was awarded position 3 to 1, where the third position received 1,000 pula, second prize 1,500 pula, and position 1 was awarded 3,000 pula. The winners will represent the district at the nationals during the President's Day competitions. BTV News, Kanye.
Khosogong is standing by to give us the latest in sport. Khosogong?
Good evening, Komotso. I hope you're well, my lady.
I'm well, ma'am. I'm well, ma'am.
Oh, yes. We will definitely talk after this.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the BFL, but yeah.
Oh,
yeah, please continue.
I understand, Komso. But obviously, we are looking forward to the 2024-2025 season, as in what is it that they have for us.
Really?
Definitely.
Okay, please continue,
especially
ma'am.
because we do have the sponsorship, so it's going to be interesting indeed.
Okay.
Oh yes, so thank you so much, Khomoso, and greetings to you all. As he has already mentioned, I'm Khosongo, bringing to you Botswana Tonight Sports News, and with that, let's get straight into it. Botswana Football League chairperson Nicholas Zakem says despite a tough season which posed some challenges, they are pleased that it ended on time. Speaking during media briefings, Zakem highlighted that they have learned a lot from the past mistakes and are working around the clock to rectify them ahead of the upcoming season. Ren Khawanyani.
Following several postponements of the commencement of the 2023-2024 season, eventually it started late in October and came to an end this past weekend, where the league champions as well as those who were relegated to lower leagues were revealed.
We had a flight with turbulence. Eventually the plane landed safely on Saturday by finishing the league and declared the winner. From this platform, I take the opportunity to congratulate Wanin Galaxy for winning the league. Also, I congratulate Shadibi FC for winning the North, First Division North, and also for Jawanin Young Star for winning the South. Also, we welcoming them to the BPL. And hard luck to the team who are relegated. We have our director here, tough luck for Holy Ghost. We hope to see you soon, back in the top flight. Also, police, we have lost police after a long time, and also we have lost 11 Angel from Francistown. We're doing our best to finalize, as a board, to finalize a few outstanding issues before our assembly, which is coming due to our General Assembly in a month or so.
Furthermore, Zakem stated that in preparations for the league to begin earlier than the past seasons, fixtures will be finalized on time.
Our CEO and his office working hard to make sure that we have sometime in July the fixtures, so there will be no postponement. So everybody will be aware there in early July things, and probably by mid-July they will be opening the window of registration. And hopefully first week of September, 7 or 14 latest of September, the league will be kicked off. FMB is looking really to kick the league with the style, with a big thing. They are good in what they do, and we have confidence they will add value, not only to our financials, they will add value to the vibe of football. To the competition of football.
If all goes well, the intention is to start the 2024-2025 season in September. The new season will include First Division North League champions Shadibe FC, First Division South League champions Young Stars, as well as the winner between Union Flamingo Santos and Motlakase FC, who start the Premier League playoffs this weekend. After 4 years without a title sponsor, the Premier League will be sponsored to the tune of 28.5 million at 9.5 million for the 3 seasons commencing with the 2024-2025 season. Ryan Khengwenyani, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Moving on, men's golf national team made up of Diani Lucas, Kisinsen Dube, Lebohandi Khang and Lerako Molefe departed yesterday for Lusaka, Zambia, where they will compete in the Region 5 Championship scheduled to start tomorrow. Klamelo Muntsusi reports.
Team captain Kisinsen Dube said his team is ready for the championship as they've been competing at various competitions.
So because Lerako Molefe engineer no go America, the three of us Lemohang, Lydia Lucas, Renner some good tournament at the local since for the past 6 months, starting last year October, May. Can include performance are negative. We always on the top 3 of the tournament. It's otherwise Mongar Nai winner can Nakana Winaki Diani Lucas. Lemohang always been there, Saranas up at her challenge.
18-year-old Lerako Molefe, who is making his debut in the senior national team, said he will be using the competition to gain more experience.
And one thing about me is that I never stop. I try my best to never stop learning. I was told once that in life you're always a learner and it never stops. And I would like to keep it that way. Gain as much experience as possible. It's my first time in the senior team. Go out there, learn as much as possible from them. just, pick their brains every single time, and in the tournament there's going to be a time where we partner with one of our teammates, so that'll be a great opportunity. Even in the last few weeks, I've gotten to gain a lot of experience from them, see how they play golf, see what their mindset is on the golf course. So I think that's what I'm going there to do, gain as much experience as possible, and then we can move on from there.
Against Angola, Eswatini, Lesotho, Malawi, Mozambique, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Zambia and South Africa from Wednesday until Friday. The team is expected back home on Saturday. Tlamelo Monsusi, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Meanwhile, women's cricket national team coach Stanley Timone says he believes the team will perform well at the Kwibuka T20 tournament since they had adequate preparations. He added that the team has participated in numerous competitions, including the just-ended Kalahari T20 tournament. The Kwibuka Women's T20 tournament will be held from the 30th of May to the 8th of June in Kigali, Rwanda. Lydia Apoloko with more.
The inaugural edition of the Kwibuka Women's T20 tournament took place in 2014 and is played annually in remembrance of the victims of the 1994 Rwandan genocide. The local ladies national team coach Stanley Timone says they are ready to compete as they had intense preparations and have also included young players to beef up their squad.
Preparations went on very well. We were in camp for 2 weeks. And we did lots of things. We did lots of center wicket practice. We did nets. We did mental toughness activities. And also we're just making sure that we work as a team and have the team spirit so that when we get there, it won't be new, it won't be difficult for us. We do have 4 new members. We have included our under-19 women's players. The reason why they are in the team is for them to prepare for the ICC World Cup qualifiers in August. So we want them to go and get an experience so that when they go back again in Rwanda in August, it won't be new and they will have that experience.
Some of the players who will represent Botswana say, although it is not going to be an easy tournament, as they are pitted against countries ranked above them, they are looking forward to finish in top 4 or do better. Last year, the Heroes finished in second position behind host Rwanda.
This year we've had good preparations. You know that we just finished the Kalahari, that we finished second, and now we are going for a tournament that has 8 teams. Most of them are highly ranked than us. It's going to be a tough tournament, but I think we are looking forward to probably finishing top 4 and do better. Like, we've been working really hard. In the previous tournament we finished second out of 4 countries. I think it was a good start, honestly. We lost to Rwanda 3 games. I think we came back to the dream board and then we worked on our mistakes. We didn't bat well when we were playing against Rwanda, so it's something that we've been working on. So we hope that when we get there, we can execute all the things that we didn't do right.
Previous tournaments, we were runners up, reserve position 2, and we are looking forward to go and win couples of games. Salary time for many games, apart from Zimbabwe,
the 10th edition of Kwibuka Women's T20 tournament will attract 8 countries, being the host Rwanda, Botswana, Kenya, Cameroon, Malawi, Nigeria, Uganda and Zimbabwe, and is expected to start from May 30th to June 8th in Kigali, Rwanda. The Heroines will play against Uganda in their first game of the tournament. Lydia Apoloko, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And that is all that we had for you from Botswana Tonight Sports Desk. Until we meet tomorrow, have a good night. And of course, let's continue on rallying behind it. # And with that, now let me bring it back to Khomoso to give you the headlines of tonight. Khomoso.
And rallying behind the hashtag BW Mindset Change, we shall do, ma'am.
Yes, definitely. It is very important to move forward.
Yourself a fantastic evening. We pray that the footballing community actually rally behind that hashtag.
It is very important, more especially because we are getting into a new season.
Thank you so much. That was Hoso Honkwe giving us the latest in sport. Let's take a final look at stories leading the way this evening. New primary school to be constructed in Maratanang Ward in Kukweng. Renovation of Camp Hill Community Trust in Odze, which enrolls intellectually challenged children, to be undertaken. And residents of the Okavango region encouraged to continue finding ways of coexisting with wild animals. That's all that we had for you in our news bulletin this evening. BTV News, Ikanyarona, hashtag BW Mindset Change. Up next is the weather update.
Good evening and welcome to today's weather forecast. I'm Pearl Victoria Husiam. Looking at tonight's satellite image, is showing some partly cloudy conditions over much of the country and some fine conditions over Kalahari, Ngamiland and Chobe. And for tomorrow, we're expecting some fine skies over Kalahari, southern, southeast, Gauteng and Gwening. Elsewhere, fair conditions are expected. In the morning, we're expecting cold temperatures between 6 to 7 degrees Celsius over Kalahari, southern, southeast, Gauteng and Gwening. Elsewhere, we're expecting mild temperatures between 8 over Nojane and Francistown to around 13 over Shakawe. In the afternoon, we're expecting warm temperatures over Ngamiland, Chobe, northern and central between 26 to 28 degrees Celsius. Elsewhere, mild temperatures ranging between 23 over Veda and Jwaneng to 25 over Khanti, much of Kalahari and Francistown. For SADC cities, we're expecting fine conditions over Cape Town, Appleton, Johannesburg and Maseru, with highs around 30 over Cape Town and 19 over Johannesburg. But for Manzini, we're expecting some partly cloudy conditions. And fine conditions for Lusaka and Harare. There's a possibility of rainfall over Beira and partly cloudy conditions over Antananarivo with highs of 21 degrees Celsius. But for Windhoek, fine conditions are expected. For Dar es Salaam and Kinshasa, we're expecting fine conditions and partly cloudy conditions for Blantyre and Luanda with highs of 34 over Luanda. That's all I had for you tonight. Have yourself a good night.